All right. Looks like we're live. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the show. For as much of a show as it's going to be here, this is Grams and Pops. My name's Corey.
I'm Teresa.
And we're Grams and Pops Vintage. And this is our third live, so bear with us. We still suck at this. We're not good at it at all. We do have some guests coming on. They should be here shortly. And in the meantime, we figured we'd get a few of the minor things out of the way. If you follow the channel at all, we've been kind of in the middle of the whole Transformer saga for a while, and that's a done deal now.
Yes, we have collected our cash.
Yep.
We have given the Transformers back, and I don't want to buy Transformers anymore.
No. So the whole video series on the Transformers is on our YouTube channel. If you want to watch that, there is a playlist. But that's a done deal. So that's probably this live will be the last time you hear us talk about that, I would assume. I mean, unless it comes up, we buy fake Transformers again. So that should be that. So on to bigger and better things now. And one of those, we did our very first highway sale recently.
We did. We went pick it and what was it called?
I don't remember what it was called. It was, let's see, we're not good at this. I don't remember what the highway sale was called, but it was here in South Dakota.
It was.
And it went all the way from like Stickney to Wall.
Yep. And we made the whole trip. We only skipped a few towns just because they were kind of way out of the way in order to hit them. And they only had like 1 or 2 sales at them.
Yeah. So we did okay. We're actually finding little treasures that we picked up and forgot about because we're just starting to get into this stuff to list it. So we're actually finding some cool stuff we found along the way. But overall, it rained like cats and dogs the whole time.
It did. It was horrible. There were points where we were driving down the road and I couldn't hardly see in front of us.
We also spent money on a hotel.
We did.
And we spent money on gas to drive, what was it, about 600 miles round trip, we figured, something like that.
Something like that, 400, 500.
So, I don't know. All in all, highway sale, as far as us doing it for a business, I think we kind of summed this up in a video too, but I think as a business decision, the highway sale probably wasn't great, right?
No, it was, I mean, we could pick up the same stuff almost going to our local normal place where we go garage sailing. So it wasn't horrible. It was fun. It was kind of a getaway, just to get away from the daily grind of things. But
all said and done, I mean, if we're making business decisions as far as the reselling business, I don't think it was a good idea, but we're going to make our money. We'll probably double our money. And I don't think it was a bad decision because it was kind of like a little break for us. It wasn't bad. Real quick, I want to go through and just say hi to a few people that are in here. We've got Jim Mowers. I don't recognize that name either. So if we haven't seen you before, appreciate you being here.
And we have a Canadian in here, eh?
There you go. We're South Dakota. We're like honorary Canadians anyway.
That's what people say. We got Hokey Okey in here.
I know that name. All right. So let's see. We got Mike Seller in here. I've seen that name before. Hey, Mike.
He's from Roscoe.
Brandon Farmer. I don't know. Do I know that name?
I don't know if I know Brandon.
I don't know. Hi, Brandon. Thanks for being here tonight.
Cole Antiques and Collectibles. They've been in here before.
There you go. Bump and Junk. I like that name.
Hey, look at where they're from. Hey, Bump and Junk. We'll have to stay on the video and watch for later.
Yeah, we're going to be in your neck of the woods soon.
We are.
Jack's Treasures. I know Jack's Treasures. I believe his name's Brian. I think. I'm horrible with names, so please, if I got that wrong, let me know. But let's see. We got Zena's in here. Hey, Zena.
Shane Scott.
Let's see.
What did he say?
We got Shane Scott in here. So we got a bunch of people starting to come in here now. If we can't keep up with everybody in the chat, hang in there. We're going to do our best here.
I like her. Thrifty Grandma.
We got Nick Picker in here. All kinds of new people in here. We got Abby. Abby's in here.
Abby Avocado.
All right.
Oh, hey, Wolfman Goodies in here too.
Give me 1 second here. One of our guests is here, so we're going to go ahead and bring on
Josh.
Hey, what's up?
Nada. You are live, my brother.
That's great. Good deal.
Really weird.
Now, I think I would assume that everybody that watches Grams and Pops knows who Josh is over at Bama Jaybird, also with Two Old Guys Reselling podcast. But on the off chance we've got some people in here, I don't recognize, so maybe they're from your channel, but why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your channel and just go from there. That way anybody that doesn't know you kind of gets.
Okay. My name is Josh. I am from Alabama, obviously, right? Bama Jaybird. And that's my channel name, Bama Jaybird Resell. That's also the title of my eBay store, Instagram, all that stuff. But yeah, I'm an everything reseller. I do the podcast, Two Old Guys Reselling podcast with Caleb, and hopefully he'll be on in just a minute. Me and him both were racing home from church this afternoon. So I know I'd messaged and said I was, trying not to get a ticket, but I was about 3 minutes out, and I was thinking, well, I might get there and I might not on time, but
So speaking of tickets, I got to put this little plug in. We were at the escape room business all weekend this weekend, right. And we had a group of teenagers come in from about an hour and a half away from us. And one kid drove by himself and they all got here, and the kid was trying to hurry up to get there so he could get to the appointment on time. And all the kids were like, yep, he's going to get pulled over. He's going to get pulled over. And they walked out the door and looked down the road, and the kid was getting pulled over by the cop for not stopping at a stop sign and got $175 ticket.
Wow. Tickets are crazy.
Thank you for making it. We did have, like, you and Caleb were kind of rushing from church to try and make it tonight. We really appreciate you being here. So
that's great.
And Caleb said he would be here. He's just a few minutes behind you, so we'll have him on too. But I know the last time you and I talked, you were like right at that 1,000 mark, or right close to the 1,000 mark on your personal channel, right?
Yeah, I'm like 15 away, so I'm getting close. I mean, I'm pretty happy with that. I think it's going well. I've still not been doing YouTube for even a year yet, so I mean, I think anytime you can kind of, some get there really quick, but I feel like anytime within a year is good. So yeah, anybody that's not subscribed and wants to head over and
jump
hit
over
that
there
button, that's awesome, but more importantly, like you say, sometimes it's more important to get watches than just sub count. So
yeah, definitely. I would much rather have the watches than the subscribers myself. I mean, the watches is what matters, but getting to that first 1,000 is a big landmark.
Yeah, it's exciting.
You've got to get there before the watches start actually meaning anything. So let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and drop a link in here if it'll let me. Again, new to this, guys, so hang in there.
Okay, I'm going to do a real quick roll call, too. Welcome in, Roman. I saw Anytime Picker in here.
Oh, he is in there.
Coco Loves Life.
Hey, guys.
Who else am I seeing real quick?
See. Well, you can count Roman twice.
Roman
we got Lori in here. Hi, Happy Picker.
Oh, I see it now.
He's in there.
I'm trying to keep up. I just can't read that fast.
So we're going to do a few things tonight. If you're just coming in, we are going to give away a eBay gift card. Sorry, talking stuff. An eBay gift card tonight, $25.
Yep.
We are going to give away one of those tonight. We are going to make an announcement about if you guys are in the Midwest area and you want to get together, we're going to make an announcement about that. It doesn't cost anything. We're not selling tickets or anything like that. We're just going to be at a highway sale, and we decided to go ahead and take advantage of that and just have a dinner one night that's kind of an open roll call. Anybody that wants to come can. But that puts us back on.
Oh my gosh.
Puts us back on the highway sale. What are you trying to hit?
I was trying to hit this one.
Josh said when he gets to 100,000 subs,
that's right.
Thanks, Roman, for all the help.
Ooh, look at though. Resell Canada Cat said he needs to send us a sticker. We would love to have a sticker from you.
Yeah, we'd love to have one for the door. We've got 2 or 3 lately, so there's some more of those coming. But let's see. So the highway sales, I still don't remember what the one we did was. I'd have to go back to our own video to figure it out because it was the one in South Dakota. But we are actually going to go to one in Lincoln.
Nebraska.
Well, it's not in Lincoln. It goes past Lincoln and Omaha area. What's that one called?
Bargains for You on 92. I remember that one because we've been discussing it the last few days.
Names are ridiculous for me. I don't remember.
Yeah. I remember from your last video how many times Grams was correcting you on that.
yeah. I still can't get it. Like, it's got to be wrote down somewhere. Names. I'm never going to remember it. So we are going to do that one. That's the one where we're going to have like a kind of a get together dinner. We're actually going to go down there. It was one of the things we talked about with a highway sale. If we ever did it again, I think it would be just to pick with other pickers.
It was called the Scavenger's Journey.
Scavenger journey. Yep.
That's the one we went to.
Somebody got that for us. Thank you for throwing that out there. But yeah, I think we talked about it, and I think if we were going to do it again, it would be just to pick with other pickers.
Yes, that's more fun than actually going and sourcing.
Well, it's beneficial too. I think we'd get more out of it because we're learning stuff. Every time we've ever picked with anybody else, we've learned something.
That's what I'm looking forward to at the 127 is everybody's got a different expertise and a different style. And like you said, man,
100%.
I mean, when I was in Omaha, I probably should have spent more time picking myself when I was with y'all, but I just kind of drifted around the stores and watched other people. I got a lot from that, just kind of observing everybody from a distance, and even up close sometimes, I guess. But you learn a lot from them.
I think some of the most beneficial things we've learned to look out for, and some of the ways people pick that we've picked up on, we've learned picking with other people, not because they were teaching us. It was just because we're watching other people pick. I think we've learned a lot from doing that. And I think part of that even was where you talked about in Omaha at our Plains to Profit at the beginning of this year. We got to pick with other people there. But we did in Vegas. Well, we did in Cincinnati.
In Omaha, there were people, I mean, we had people putting stuff under the bottom of the bus and on the bus with us, which means they were still picking stuff. They were still finding stuff. It's just that I don't think we were really hardcore sourcing when we were there.
Yeah,
I certainly wouldn't.
It looks like we got another troublemaker trying to get into the chat here. So I'm going to pull Caleb in. Hey, Caleb.
There.
Troublemaker is
you made it.
Correct term. How's it
All
going,
right, I'll give you the spotlight here for a second too. Just in case there's people in here that don't know who you are, why don't you tell us kind of about your channel and a little bit about yourself?
Well, I am Caleb with the Old Pass. Channel came to be.
Interesting.
This happens.
So this is what that 2 Old Guys podcast. That's why they called you guys slow.
Thank God the StreamYard records, right? So it covers up a lot of that stuff. But not step in on him.
Well, he'll come around.
I can tell you that we had a long talk the other night, about 2 or 3 hours, planning for our event, and it only, probably 4 or 5 times that it did this, but it didn't last real long. He'll get it straightened out. He is getting new internet starting July the 20th. He thought when he moved to his new place that it might be as long as a year, but he found out that he could there was a service coming through. So July 20th, he hopefully won't have that problem anymore.
Fingers crossed. You want to try it again, Caleb?
Finish again, Caleb.
Okay, so hi, I'm Caleb from the Old Pass. I apologize for the internet. I'll probably drop in and out, but the good news is the new internet's supposed to be here in 2 weeks. And it's supposed to be really good internet. So, and I forgot to buy my phone, like the data cord or whatever. I meant to get one this weekend. I forgot. I got to go get one before tomorrow because I don't know what it is. I've got this little Wi-Fi antenna that's supposed to, I'm literally 30 feet from my router. And this thing, it's showing full strength, but it just drops out from time to time. So. But anyway, I'm Caleb from the Old Pass. Relatively small channel, not got a lot of videos, 30-something videos. Chris, Old School Picker, made me do it. So if you don't like it, go over and find one of his old videos and comment and say, what was you thinking?
Nope.
Yeah.
So Caleb, I have a way for you to increase your views and make your videos way better. Not that they're not good with you.
You're giving away a secret. Tell me.
I'm agreeing.
Would you like to know what it is? You already know what I'm going to say, don't you?
Yes, put Tanya out there. Yes.
Come on, Tanya.
Yep, come on, Tanya. I've tried so hard, and she's like, nope.
And we did advocate. We did try to get Tanya on tonight. I said I would bring Teresa if you brought Tanya.
It's fair, but she just don't play fair.
Well, neither is Teresa. So
yeah. Well, she's putting up with you, so it's kind of hard to play
Well,
fair.
Thank you for the understanding.
Yeah,
you don't see what happens when the camera goes off. That's the problem.
Oh, I know what happens. I have one too,
He's rough.
and I know it's mostly my fault. So.
So speaking of highway sales, we actually have one coming up that's a month before the one we're going to do, and it's probably a whole lot more famous highway sale. It's the 127 sale, right?
Yeah, it's way.
It's
the
like
biggest.
it is.
Oh man, it's that thing that if you don't like yard sales, you will hate this sale because it blocks the highways and people get mad at you. I mean, there'll be people parking on the shoulder, walking across the major intersection in our town, and it's like 45, 50 miles an hour through there, and people's like crazy. I mean, it's crazy. But if you like that sort of thing, I mean, it is massive. Like this sale goes from Michigan to Alabama. And I was looking at the map the other day, and it is like just almost a straight line, the highway.
I think that's what we are trying to decide is if we liked highway sales or not. So far, we've decided that we're
Yeah. Well,
we're not sold on them, but I think if we went with other people, I think we would really like them.
Tennessee.
I was going to answer it, but I figured I'd let you answer it.
Go Big Orange. That's right.
This will be my first experience with a highway sale, and I don't know. Just listen to other people talk. I kind of feel like probably the best part is going to be finding the places kind of off the beaten track. Where people are taking advantage of the fact that there's a crowd where it's not a community sale, but you get a lot of more of those places that aren't in a big community that they'll set their sale up. You might have to drive a couple of miles out off the main route, but everybody talks like that's where you find some of your better stuff, and to kind of get away from the towns and kind of hit those areas.
That's where we found most of our stuff too. When we did the highway sales, when we had to get off the highway and go to a town that was 10, 12 miles off the highway.
Yeah,
that's usually where, I mean, now the people having the sale, I'm not trying to be mean, but like if you took everybody at town, they had one full mouthful of teeth, but they had a garage full of stuff. And we did find good stuff. You just have to go into some areas that you just wouldn't. And super nice people.
Yeah.
You just get to some shady areas.
Well, and I think part of it too is like South Dakota. I mean, they have a lot of really small towns that are way off of, the interstate or a main highway that runs through town. So they don't typically do the like community-wide, citywide garage sales because they're just going to sell their crap to their neighbor. So I think this gives them a chance. And when the scavenger journey started, it started out with just 4 towns. And now it's gotten up to, I don't know, 16, 17, 18 towns versus, whatever that they had to start off with. So
it was pretty deep. I mean, we grew up in all those little small towns too. Like we're both from small towns. So it was kind of cool to go on a memory lane trip down and just see. We actually drove through some of the places we grew up.
Gave a little bit too much information, but I do have to correct one piece of information for anybody that's watching. That watched the video, and Corey apologized to our youngest child. It was actually our oldest child, not our youngest.
And we won't say anything else about that. Good Lord.
But I think it's just neat. And I did hear, I don't know if it was Ben Rocky Top Picker that was talking about how, everybody said, don't go to the, what do they call them? Tent cities along the sale, and don't go in those because you're never going to get any deals.
Yeah.
But
he was actually saying to go because that's where he got his best deals last year.
No, I know, but other people said we're telling him to stay away from the tent sales.
And I think they're right for the most part because we did find most everything was priced up high. But if you're a good picker, you'll find the diamond in the rough. I mean, we did.
I mean, it's just logic. People that are traveling, it's kind of like like a flea market. People that travel to these areas with a big tent, rent a lot, set up, they're pickers like us. They may not be reselling on eBay, but they're buying and flipping. So
they've got money invested too.
Yeah, there's still there's an extra middleman between us and the purchase there. So there's going to be a higher cost for us per item than it would be otherwise,
And we had one slip through. They had a trailer of stuff that was like $2 a piece, and they had a point and shoot camera and the charger on it. No, we had to pay $2 for each. They wouldn't bundle them.
Yeah.
Right.
So we paid $4 for a point and shoot
But
and a charger.
I
And
can't
it worked.
complain because it
Yeah.
worked, and I sold it for $150 within
Oh,
like
yeah.
2 days
Yeah.
of listing.
That's
I
what I
mean,
mean. If
that'll
you're
work.
willing to get in there and dig, there's always a diamond in the rough somewhere. Nobody knows everything. So
Well, and that's
Uh,
another thing I've
as-
found. I was going to say, I think a lot of people in those situations, a lot of them are buying storage lockers, and a lot of the smalls. Some of the people that I've met that do that, they focus on big stuff, and they'll just have a sale once a month and try to unload all of their small stuff, good or bad, for just one price, like you said. And you can dig around and find some good stuff that way, because they're not even interested in looking up all that stuff.
I can tell you every year
we didn't
the
pull up
same
the
people,
wheel.
like they set up in the same spots every year. And as somebody that lives here, and I mean, the 127 sale has been a thing I guess my entire life. I don't remember it not being here, but what Jens was talking about with going off the beaten path, that's what I do. And what Ben is talking about, going to the tent cities, you can find some stuff. I have found some stuff, but you're not going to find, I won't say you won't find the bundle deal. You will find it. But the difference is you will pay probably 20 to 30% instead of what I do at yard sales. A lot of time I come in 10% and under on my cost of goods. So if I'm desperate, I'll go to the tent cities.
Yeah.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Out of nowhere.
So the one we're actually going with other people.
Mm-hmm.
The bargains for you on 92. We're gonna go with Steve and Donna from Happy Heart Treasures.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Just because, well, they already said they would have us. They said it on their video that they would have us.
Yeah, they said they would go with us, so that's a good thing. Or we could go with them, because this is like their home turf.
Yep.
Oh, you're the away team. Uh-oh.
We are.
We are. Well, I mean, Corey grew up in Nebraska.
No, I was born there. I grew up in South Dakota.
Well, you were partially.
I grew up in Nebraska till 4th grade, and then I lived in South Dakota from then on. So I am technically from the area, but I think South Dakota has claims on me now.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a Tennessee boy through and through. Yeah. I've lived in this town my entire life.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you ever left it besides to go to Nashville?
I mean, I've been out of town a few times, but I've never moved out of town. I've lived.
We just got to get you to Omaha. You'll be coming over anytime.
Oh, so I wouldn't know what to do. I wouldn't know. I want to come out west, though. I think the Midwest is intriguing to me. Mm-hmm. But funny story about where we live right now, the house we bought. I grew up literally 10 minutes, probably, I guess the direction would be north. And my wife's family, a lot of her dad's family grew up in this community. So my hometown is just 10 minutes away. Like literally my mom's home is still there. And then her family's home place is literally 3 minutes up the road. So it's pretty neat. I mean, I grew up there. We moved out into the town, the actual town part, lived there for 18 years, 17 years. Yeah, we went to the big city. Crossville is a major metropolis. So, there's I mean, it's growing. I ain't gonna lie. The county's up to 60,000. So to me, when we was growing up, it was like 15, 20,000. So, 35 years later, it's up to 60. That's pretty good growth. And I like it for the benefit of picking. I don't like it for the benefit of the small town feel. It's losing that some.
See, and I like small town. I just don't like teeny tiny town, because small town, when you're saying like Madison, I mean, where we live, everybody knows everybody, but they don't necessarily know everybody's business. Whereas the small towns we grew up in were like population anywhere from 150 to 500 people.
You fart and your neighbor will tell you what you ate.
Yes. So I'm okay. And plus now we live out in the country, so I have neighbors, but I don't really have neighbors.
We did. Like those towns were bad. When we went through a lot of our old stomping grounds and stuff, everything looked so much smaller than we remember it, though. I mean, everything was just like in our thumbnail, the little picture in our thumbnail was a Quonset hut where my mom and dad used to live when we first moved back to South Dakota. And it just like, I have a garden shed that's like 2.5 times the size of that little addition that they lived in that was their whole house. Just
question,
that
Caleb,
stuff.
don't really move that. Question for Caleb.
Do most people know I'm a reseller? I don't go around broadcasting it like, hey, everybody, I sell on eBay, sell me your stuff cheap. I don't do that. But if somebody asks, I tell them. So
sounds like it would work.
I think it would work.
Sometimes it does. Sometimes it makes the price go up. It depends. We have a retirement village here, and I tell you, sometimes if they find out you're going to sell what you buy from them, the price doubles. Yep. And it's like, what does it matter? If you want to sell this coaster for $1 and I buy it, what does it matter what I do with it after
That is correct. That is correct.
So that kind of makes me not want to. Sometimes I'm not afraid to tell people, though. I've told quite a few people. There's a lady.
Well, we wear hats and shirts around that say what we do. Like we're pretty.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to hide it.
When we talk to people, it's the first thing we tell them. Like when we're even haggling at a garage sale, we'll tell them like I can't pay that. I'm a reseller. Like I have to get.
I have done that. Like your price is too high. I can't sell it. And they'll be like, "Oh, you sell? Yeah, I sell."
I feel like there's more to be gained
about it before, but I mean it happens less than the other way around. It's usually the reaction we get is usually more in line with, "Oh, come look, I've got this other stuff. You can make money in this," and they want to unload on you. Now it's usually garbage.
Sure.
It's not nearly worth what they think. But
I had one guy. He had this yard sale, and he had really nice stuff. He was priced up a little bit, but I was okay with some of it because it was really good quality and it was really clean and it's like brand new. Well, he found out I sold on eBay and he's like, "Oh, come in here. Let me show you the house." And I'm like, okay. So I walk in. He has every video game system ever made. He's got games for systems I've never even heard of, still in the box, still sealed.
Uh-oh, there he went.
Oh, Caleb, come back, buddy.
So, MC, to answer your question from our side, for me, it's yard sales 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I would much rather do yard sales. We only have a couple of estate sale companies around us. One thinks, this is probably not the proper way to say it, but their shit don't stink. And they list that stuff like it's gold. And the other two, they're hit and miss. So
I will say the estate sales have been good for us. If we buy out the estate sale, we've only done one and it turned out well, and we'd be more than open to do that again. But going into piece part and buy individual items at an estate sale, we have never hit home runs. I mean, we've made a little money.
I bought that naked statue guy and he sold for like $80.
Yeah. I mean, but there are exceptions. There are deals to be had. I think if you're a good enough picker. I'm just not sure we are.
I've never really had good luck, if you want to call it good luck, whatever, at estate sales. I've found a few things, but I mean, honestly, yard sales all the way. Like what I was talking about last year, I've done a couple things. I went to an Ace hardware store here one day. We was actually working at church, so I went to buy some stuff, some materials, and I walk in and they have a sign on the front that says red dot 75% off. I'm like, wonder what you got. And they're like, look around the store, there's tons of stuff red dot. And I'm like, really? So what I found first was a fish tape, electrician's fish tape, 75% off. I'm like, hey, I could do okay. So then I go straight over to the battery operated, like drills and sawzalls and do what?
I think he's asking for the guy with the black. That's me. That's Corey. I think that's what you mean.
I don't know.
Unless somebody else has a black watch.
Nope.
I do.
Go ahead and finish. Sorry, Corey interrupted.
But no, what was I saying? Yeah, I went to the Potter's. It was Potter's Ace store. Tanya's right over here, by the way. She just walked in.
Come on, Tanya. Come online for 2
Tanya.
seconds. Come on.
Just sneak in and say hi. Give us a
Come
wave.
on, Tanya.
Do your hand like this. She's in the bedroom now.
Bring in a hand.
But,
give us a wave.
Party pooper.
But we spent like $3,000 or $4,000 in these. There's like 3 or 4 Ace stores in our community, and all of them. What it was is this company had bought them out and was resetting the stores, and they was eliminating a bunch of stuff, and they just slashed it. I bought every power tool I could find. I bought basically everything that was worth anything. And I think I've got like literally 4 or 5 things left from that. Now that put me way higher than I'm normally going to spend. I was like paying 25, literally 25%. Whereas normally I'm spending 10 or less, but the difference was I got all brand new items. Everything was brand
We'll do
new.
that once in a while.
It's
got to
so
be
easy. It's so easy to move. Like you don't have to. I mean,
Yep.
it sells quick, fast. Just you don't have to really do much. So that part was nice.
It's nice to have that opportunity come up, and they will. I think for every reseller will have an opportunity like that. The question is, can you capitalize on it or not? Do you have the capital sitting there waiting to use? Because when we first started, we would have probably had to pass up on a deal like that because we started without a lot of capital. But now, as time goes over, we stash away enough to where
we just randomly, said we weren't going to discuss it earlier, but we just randomly, give $1,000 out, $1,100 out to people and wait 4 months to get it back.
Yeah, we buy fake transformers. We're rolling in it.
That's right.
We're making all kinds of bad decisions here.
Yes.
I've done it too.
So somebody earlier asked a question about whether YouTube resellers are ruining reselling.
Oh, I didn't catch it. Absolutely, we are.
Yes, 100%.
Doing our best. Yeah, we're trying.
Quit now so we can keep going.
Yeah.
No, I don't. Personally, I don't think that they are. I mean, not everybody. We show stuff on our videos. Not that we hide anything either, but there are some YouTubers who will go on and they show you only certain pieces because then they keep some of it behind. That way nobody's breaking into their market. Because I think I heard Kevin say that one day that he sells Tupperware. And he puts out there that he sells Tupperware, but there's other stuff that he buys in the background that he doesn't ever tell anybody he buys.
I don't know. I think hurdles and barriers to entry make for better businessmen. Period. Like if somebody's out there telling you things, and you could either look at it as they're giving away the secrets, or you can take what you can take from it, and then figure a way to work around it and do better. Like there's always going to be an excuse to give up in business. Don't let a YouTuber be that excuse for you. They're just not that influential. They're really not.
Right. Well, to me,
YouTube space is so small compared to other industries.
Yeah.
Don't even worry about it.
Yeah.
There is not a YouTube reseller with a channel that's big enough to influence anything in your life if you want to do reselling as a business.
Yep.
Doesn't exist. There isn't one.
Yep. There's a couple people that said that they don't use the word reseller. Somebody said that on the eBay terms, it's called third-party seller. And of course, Steve and Donna down in Nebraska, they are not resellers. They are rehomers of stuff.
Yeah, right.
Speaking of rehomers of stuff, we have an 8-ball to give away, so we need to rehome this business decision maker right here.
Hold on. Is somebody good going to get the 8-ball?
Well, now if they win it and it says no.
It says most likely.
Okay, so it will be someone good will win it. So hashtag 8-ball is the hashtag to put in. Go ahead and put that in, and we'll draw here in a few minutes. I just wanted to get that rolling. No pun intended.
The ball rolling.
Get the ball.
I know
rolling.
everybody back there just said they were only here for the 8-ball when we first started. They kept saying, "Where's the 8-ball? Did I miss the 8-ball?"
So we kind of told a little bit about our experience with highway sales and it just being kind of meh, but we have a plan. We're going to go do it again, but with other people so we can learn from it. What has your guys' experience been with highway sales in general? Is it something you would consider a good business decision? Would you do it just as a normal sourcing, or is it better just to hit the community sales and stay close to home and save money?
Go for it, Josh.
Well, I've already said this is going to be my first experience with the highway sales. So mostly when it comes to yard sales, I've done community sales and just, where you plot your map out where there's just, just random sales taking place. But, I don't know. I've really thought about, of course, with the reseller, YouTube channel thing. I think the highway sales are a good opportunity, like you said, for mingling with other resellers. It's a good opportunity maybe for content. I don't know that if it's an area you're not familiar with because of the large crowds that it attracts. I think the competition is going to make it harder to find stuff a lot of times. But again, the opportunities to learn, I think that's great. And that social aspect, getting to make connections, meet up, talk with friends, that part I think is very beneficial. But yeah, I think sourcing, I mean, I'm not saying I'm right about this because I've heard stories about people packing out U-Haul trailers and bringing back home from highway sales and things like that. But I mean, for me, I don't have any trouble filling up my truck any weekend. I want to fill it up most of the time. If I get out there and really hustle and go to the right places, I mean, I can come back with a truckload.
That's kind of where we were at too.
I
I think you can do it at either place. I think our margins are a little smaller on the highway sale. Well, they're half of what they normally are probably, but there are margins there. There are things worth picking up. You might just have to do it a little different. Like we spent up, we might have spent $40 to make 80 instead of making 4 to make 40. Right. It was a different category. I mean, we had to kind of spend different and shop different.
I think every geographic location has something different to offer.
Oh yeah.
Where we're at, yard sales is definitely the number one. I mean, without question. And the highway sale, I mean, I'll put it to you like this. Last year, of course, we had the meetup, going on. Hey, Casey's in the house.
We are prime time television.
Oh my goodness. But we had, we had the meetup last year, so that made a difference. But me and Tanya went one time to the 127 last year. Of course, we was preparing and everything, but I didn't miss anything as far as business wise. I still had plenty. My favorite, my honest to goodness favorite thing to do is community sales. We have a couple.
I love community
Go
sales.
to. Oh my gosh. Like we go to one in Nashville and it is houses. The homes are like, now I used to say they're $300,000 homes back when that was a major thing. Now they're probably $600,000-$700,000 homes or more. And there's only twice a year this community is allowed to have anything, any kind of yard sale, and that's at these community sales. So they can't just
the HOA doing that.
It's the HOA keeping them from doing it. So twice a year, spring and fall, and they're really good most of the time. There's been a few times the rain affected it, but most of the time it's good. All right, I'll shut up.
No, you're fine. I was just trying to figure out how to share the screen. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No,
good. You get to a certain point too, like in some of the communities, I think, where, when you talk about the home values, a lot of them won't even have sales at all. I mean, their stuff gets just off. I mean, I think like for me, and we don't have a lot of really, I guess you'd say like higher dollar communities. It's mostly like garden home, starter home style suburbs. Yep. So a lot of times the community sales that are close by, if I don't drive like over an hour away, they're not great. They have a lot of people set up, but it's a lot of baby clothes. It's a lot of the same stuff over and over and over, which I know we all see. But because of the average age of the people living in them, you just don't run across, unless they're a collector or a reseller, you don't run across great stuff. And so for me, like I do probably as much out of my local thrift stores as I do out of community yard sales that are close by. But now if I drive like, an hour away, then I can do a lot better with the yard sales. And I do better when I go to the older communities. I mean, that's what I tend to focus on. I try to look based on the addresses that are given and plot a course where I'm going to places where the houses were built at least 50 years ago. So you can catch some families that's been living there. You really get good stuff when you do that. And some of those communities that are close to me, Tuscaloosa has exploded in the last 20 years or so. Or I guess really you go back a little bit further than that. But ever since Mercedes built in Vance, built a new plant there, all the other industries that came in. I mean, the university itself went from being about 15,000 to like 35,000 students within the last 10 years or so, 10 to 15 years. And just everything. So,
Uh-oh.
Was that
That's
me?
not
It's not me.
Spot to freeze.
It's not me this time. It wasn't me.
I'm sorry, Josh.
Did
You
I
did
freeze?
freeze with a very funny look on your face.
That's great. But I just said
I'll
all of
run
them
the
are, they're also new. The suburbs are. It just, you're not going to get a lot of great stuff there most of the time, and the ones that are close by.
Ew. I don't know who that is.
That's not Jayride. It's
JVDE.
Looked like Jayride when it stopped.
Yeah.
Okay, so JVDE. We have email. We have messages on here. You could send us an Instagram message. However you can get a hold of us, and we'll get an address from you. We'll send you out that 8-ball. Congratulations.
Hey,
Okay.
I want to say hi to Marie, Josh's mom. Casey said give her a shout out. She'd love it. Hi, Marie.
Oh, is she in here?
She's
watching.
watching on the.
Oh, she's watching on the big screen.
Yeah.
Oh, well, hi, Marie.
And we
Hi,
can't see
Josh's
you. but
mom.
Hi.
And hello
Yeah,
again, Casey.
She'll love that.
You should be in here with Josh.
Yeah.
I told her she should
Tanya.
come say hi, but she hasn't done it yet.
Come on, Casey. Tanya. Casey, we're calling you.
Oh, look at that.
Tanya's laughing
Yes,
and's got her
please.
laughing. So hey, there's
Thank you, guys.
Mr. Awesome Wolfman. Gosh, he's awesome.
He
Dropping.
is.
He's supporting everybody's lives. I'll tell you
He
what.
does.
We don't
He
do
does.
lives very often, so we really appreciate that. So Caleb and we have what?
No, I was going to say. So Caleb and Josh
Jeez.
are having an event at the 127 sale.
Mhm.
And now is your chance to plug your event.
Second annual.
Yes.
It is the second. For sure. There's Casey.
It is.
Tanya, it's all on you now.
Tanya, come on,
camera.
Tanya.
Don't
No
leave
pressure.
me hanging. I need
Tanya, I'm in my pajamas, so I'm really going out on a limb for you here.
Oh man.
Okay.
She's never coming on camera, is she?
Probably never. Tanya.
Okay. So we'll give Tanya a break for a second.
He's turned beet red and frozen.
He did.
He looked like a cherry tomato down there.
Josh,
I hope
That
did
was
Josh
totally
froze
take-
up too?
I hope Tanya didn't like off him or something.
They both froze up.
Hopefully it's not our internet.
There's
I don't
Josh
know.
back.
I haven't been having any problems, so I don't know. I got new internet recently, and it's really
I hope
fast.
it's not
so
ours.
I don't know.
I hope
Maybe
it's not
not.
ours either. I'm not watching
It could be
so-
me. Every now and then it'll give a problem. They're still working on ours. They just started installations about a month ago. But yeah, I mean, I can upload a video in like 4 minutes, so I'm better than I've ever been.
I tell you.
Oh my gosh, I'm
Yeah,
dying.
Bonds down there.
Okay.
So we're not freezing up to anybody else, are we? I don't know. I could see Josh freeze up about once or twice. I see Caleb freezing up, but always in a great position. So
Yeah.
Caleb looks like Larry the tomato.
Who is that?
I don't know.
You
is
were
that
pretty
the
red a
tomato
minute ago.
pickles when you like one of
No,
the
is that
talking
the
plus?
tomato from the Veggie Tales? Maybe.
I don't
It's
know.
it's the lighting. It's the lighting. It's really I'm not that red.
There you go. Back up. It is. It is. It's the
See?
lighting.
It could,
It's a little
it could
better
be
that way.
that evil eye coming from the other room.
Mm-hmm.
He's not even gonna say it. Mhm.
Okay, now go ahead and do your plug.
Yeah.
Blink if you feel unsafe.
Josh, you go ahead because I may freeze.
Oh, you're good. We are doing well. I mean, Caleb does a better job with this part than I do, but this will be the second year picking the plateau, and we're getting really excited about it. It is during the 127 yard sale, so that's. I know that if you look it up, it's like advertised Thursday, Friday, Saturday, but everything that we've been told, and Caleb would tell you the same thing. People start setting up at the beginning of the week, so it starts during the last week of July, runs through the 3rd is on Saturday, I think. 3rd is Saturday of August. So through the 3rd, and our meetup is that Friday night on the 2nd, and we're gonna just get together as a bunch of resellers, have a really nice home cooked meal. Just hang out and have fun. We're going to have giveaways. We're going to do a charity auction. We're going to have meet and greet for a couple hours. We're going to, about 4:00, we're going to meet up and have a couple of hours just to kind of mingle and visit with everybody. And then at 6, we'll go inside, have our dinner, and start the event. So
I know Chris, old school picker, he had some content from last year's event on his channel, like a fairly decently long video.
Right.
And then you guys just had kind of a remake, like a highlights reel that you put together and put out as well. And it's, if you're going to be at the 127 and anywhere near Crossville, it looked like the place to be. If it wasn't for the fact that we have family having a wedding, we would be there.
What an excuse.
We really had to take stock and see how close we were to that family member to decide if we were going to stay or not. But I was vetoed.
Your friends on YouTube are not as important as your family. Okay, we understand.
Well, like I said, the whole thing is if I didn't have to make cupcakes and cake, then it might be a little different. But I have to supply the goodies for the thing.
We will absolutely let you make cupcakes and cakes to bring to the event. So,
well, if nobody gets married next year, we will probably be there. So hopefully. We shouldn't have anybody else getting married. I mean, nobody's in the queue that we're aware of. So next year's looking a lot better. So we hope to be there.
I will say this too. Send us some of these if you're not coming. We'll throw them in the bag for you.
Oh, yeah.
Corey and Teresa sent us a couple stacks of these. We're going to throw them in our swag bags. And,
well, you guys are doing a charity auction too, aren't you?
Yeah, we're going to do the charity auction. That's going.
If you guys want to send something down there for that, they're doing a charity auction. I'll let you kind of tell what the charity is, but it's all the proceeds are going to the charity, and it is open if you guys want to send stuff down. There's still time, right?
Yes, I mean, up until as long as it gets here, before the meetup. I mean,
and you can send it to either one of us because I'll be going that way at the start of the week. It would have to get to me, by the weekend before, but because we're leaving out that Monday morning early.
Yep. So you should be able to get an address from either Bama Jaybird's channel, Caleb the Old Path's channel, or the Two Old Guys Reselling podcast channel. They should all have a P.O. box listed in them, right?
Well, I don't have a P.O. box, but you can send me a message or an email, and I will give you an address. I just don't publish it because I don't actually have a P.O. box. So
I have his address and phone number. So reach out to me. I'll get you in touch with him.
We'll just.
There you go.
What do they call that?
I've got a P.O. box on my channel.
We'll just put his address out there. I'm just so what is the charity that you guys have chosen, or multiple charities that you guys have chosen for your charity auction?
Okay. On my side, which I say my side, but Josh and Casey are taking care of the women's side because we're doing a men's and a women's charity. So on the ones that we support, our church actually supports a men's home that is ran from a church in South Carolina. And that all came. I put my phone number in the chat. Ken said, kick Ken out right now. anyway, we support this. It's really a ministry more than a charity, but it serves basically the same purpose. They take addicts, people that struggling, homeless, they just need help. And they bring them in, they house them, they educate them, they help them find a job, they help them get clean, they help them, period. And they help them get back on their feet to the place to where they can go back out into society and be productive again and get their families back. And, whatever it is that they've lost, they try to reconnect them with that. And the name of that is Fairhaven Home for Men. They built a new facility. It took them a long time because they tried to do it basically without, going way into debt. But they have a facility that holds like 40 people now. And by the time one rolls in, one rolls out, so they keep it flowing pretty good.
We got Susan in here. Hi, Susan.
It's a really good thing they got going down there.
Now,
our old piano player married the program director's son, so she moved down there. We got to know him. He actually is a preacher. He come up and preached at our church, and they're good people. And I mean, they help a lot of folks. So that's the
When
one.
you're doing that, are you guys just doing one big auction and then you're splitting everything half and half and going to the two charities, or how's that work?
What we're intending to do is a live auction on site, and probably 30 minutes, 30 items, like a minute per item. And if we have, between what we bring and what the reseller locker room brings, our co-host, and then anything that's donated, if we have more than 30 items, then we're going to set up a table outside during the first 2 hours during the meet and greet time and do like a silent auction. And so let everybody just, write their bids down, and we will, give that stuff out as well at the end, let everybody know who won what items. So that's kind of the plan. But yeah, to split it between the two different charities. The one that we're working with is called 3D, by the way. It's 3D Revolution Ministry, and it's the same kind of thing. It's a women's home and recovery center. And that stands for deliverance, discipline, and discipleship is what they said, the 3D. So it, like Caleb said, it's not so much a charity as it is a program. It is a recovery program. And so, we just not only give into, something good, but, something that's meaningful. That kind of seemed like a really good route to take with it. So, but yeah, I reckon just split down the middle, whatever we were able to raise.
Mm-hmm. And so, we got one package so far. Yep. This is from Lucky 7 Auction.
The
coins, stamps, tobacco cards, pens. Like, there's enough to run Nathaniel runs Whatnot auctions with these. Yeah. I guarantee you there's enough to run one solid Whatnot show.
Oh, yeah.
Right there. So he told me, he said, bundle it all up and sell it as one. I'm like, man, that's a lot of stuff like that. That's a couple
just to give him,
yeah.
So, and to give Nathaniel his props on that, I was in the Whatnot show when he was doing that, and he was saying constantly that whatever you see sold here, I'm putting one to the side just like it to go in a bag for the charity auction. So I mean, he did an entire show, and he did a like companion of everything that he was selling and bagged up to send to us. That's pretty awesome.
Normally I'm in his shows. I missed that one, but they're the cream of the crop. Like, they're wonderful people. And just to give you an idea, he messaged me earlier this week, and he's like, hey, 3 more packages on the way. I'm like, what? So it's stuff for the swag bags. It's stuff. I mean, it's just all kinds of stuff. And
That's
then he
cool.
said,
and I'll have, if anybody wants to send stuff over.
Oh, you just talked over him, and now look at you, made him freeze.
Sorry.
Froze. I'm froze.
It's kind of coming.
We can hear your voice most of the time, just not.
Yeah.
It's not moving.
I was just gonna say, if anybody does want to see, if you can make it to the 127 sale down to picking the plateau, right?
That's it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you can make it to picking the plateau, if you're in that area, it is worth it. The tickets are cheap for what you're getting, like extremely cheap. They're not paying for the event with the tickets. I can tell you that.
Mm-hmm.
So, and where can they get those tickets?
If you want me to, I can share the link if I can figure out how.
Yeah, but it is through Eventbrite while he's looking the link up. And if you miss it during this, then you can go to any one of our channels, go to Two Old Guys, my channel or Caleb's channel, and it's linked in every video that we post right now. So
cool.
Yeah. So yeah, if you could make the event, that would be great. I know it'll be a good event. And if you can't make the event, you want to donate something for the auctions, make sure you check out their channels and grab an address, because there is time to still get stuff down there, and it's for a good cause. So we'd appreciate any support you guys can show.
We appreciate you guys. We appreciate what y'all are doing for us. It means a lot.
Two things. What is the cutoff date for the ticket buys? You have a cutoff date.
We was talking about this, and unless we get like a big surge of tickets right at the end, I think we're going to leave the tickets open till the day of. So that way, if you don't know if you're going to make it and you're kind of flying by the seat of your britches kind of thing, you can, you're close and you're like, man, I really wish I would have bought a ticket. Well, go ahead, show up. It's we're going to try. I say that, and if we get 20 ticket sales day of, it's going to be like, okay, well, let's buy a little bit more food.
Somebody fire up the grill. We ain't got no burgers.
On the subject of getting last minute tickets, from what I've heard, not just to go hang out with additional resellers and other people that are there, but the number one thing I heard from last year was the food was amazing.
That was Tanya.
So,
I don't cook.
Josh is helping out though this year, aren't you, Josh?
Josh is helping out this year.
It's all hands on deck the way we're doing it, because we're doing like a full spread like country dinner. So I mean, it's going to be, we're going to have what, I don't remember the menu. We've talked about it some, but we're going to have like 4 or 5 meats and probably 8 or 10 vegetables / side dishes. So I mean, it's going to be a big spread, and then cooking those in bulk, so that you can feed 50 to 75 people at least, and it may be more. I know a lot of people wait about buying tickets. We did for y'all's event, until it was, within the month, because it's just hard to know for sure,
a good chunk of our tickets came in last minute.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think it's because we were in the middle of winter in Omaha. Like people were waiting to see what the weather was going to do. So it was, but we sold the event out. All but like 3 tickets. It ended up being a perfect weather weekend. So it was good.
We expect to have a little surge in the next week or two.
I don't know if you have to approve that, but I dropped the link in there for the Eventbrite page.
Oh, hold on. I wonder if it's under the.
It may make you approve it. I'm not real sure.
I don't see it.
Sometimes links make you approve them. I don't know. I'm no expert. But
we'll find it.
The thing we tried to do with the meetup was, okay, $25, right? That's the ticket. And the reason we charged is we're trying to make enough to make it like a really, really great event. So we're going to have really good giveaways. We're going to have really good food. I mean, just a really good time. And obviously, that costs money. I mean, you guys know better. I think I broke your chat over there. But you guys know better than probably anybody that these things cost a lot of money. So we charge the ticket to kind of help cover the food and cover some of that stuff.
Yep.
We took on sponsors, which we have an announcement about that, by the way, we'll make in just a second. But we did all that stuff just to try to give anybody that wanted to support a chance to support. And it's went really well. But we picked up, so I need to tell this story right. If I freeze, I'll come back and tell it again. Yeah. But so Mary McCain, a lot of people may know her in the YouTube community. She comes into a lot of lives and she supports a lot of different channels.
Nope. Facebook.
And
Sorry.
she's just overall just a wonderful person. And she had bought 2 tickets. Her and her son was coming to the meetup. So she reached out to me the other day and she said she had been thinking about sponsoring, which is, the sponsorships are $250. But she'd already bought 2 tickets, so that's $50. And she said, could I just send you the other 200? She said, because she was just really thinking about it. And it was just one of them things like she called it a God moment, like it was meant to be. Because her story, which we're going to have her tell on the podcast in a couple of weeks, is the Dave Ramsey story, like the debt-free, that type of thing. And she said she'd been thinking about it, wanting to do it, but just couldn't pull the trigger. And she walked out of the room and walked back in the room, and Josh was talking about Dave Ramsey at that moment. And it was like, I'm supposed to do this. So she messages me. She wants to do that. So she is now a sponsor of the event also. So we really appreciate her. And that gives us a little bit more money to just make it even better, because we're not doing this to make money. Of course,
nobody's doing events to make money.
No. You can ask anybody in the community; they'll tell you that. But we do this. Like last year, I had such a good time actually meeting people, and I like meeting people anyway. But this was you can't just go through your town and meet a lot of people that understand you, especially in this line of work where
you can't walk through your state and meet many people that
well, not us anyway. If you live in a state that doesn't have a whole lot of population.
Well,
reselling is different. I mean, it just is different. You don't.
And we have a pretty good. We have several resellers here, but a lot of them are more of. A lot of them will buy to take to the flea markets. A lot of them will buy to take to thrift stores. We do have a few that, I mean, there are some that sell on eBay. Obviously, it is. I mean, obviously, Chris, Old School Picker, lives here in my town. We live, I don't know, about 12, 15 minutes away. I'm actually closer to him now. I technically maybe. Tanya said I couldn't get there. They have this running joke that I couldn't find my way out of a Ziploc bag. Like that's the running joke. Like GPS can't even help me. Okay. I have to count light poles and all that stuff to get home every night. So it's difficult.
Man.
But that was my favorite part. That's what made me want to do it again, was I enjoyed it so much. And I seen a few minutes ago, one of my really good friends that I've made, like I consider you guys great friends, Josh and Casey, Lucky Seven, another guy that has become a really good friend of mine. He was in here a minute ago. I haven't seen him comment since he first commented, I think, but that's Carter's Retro Quest. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him. Will is just an awesome dude.
We spoke with him a little bit on Instagram. I think we talked to him a little bit about some sound issues he was having. Will's a good guy.
I think I told him to call you guys or message you guys because he was asking me something about it. And I said, Corey and Teresa, because
don't say Teresa in that, because Teresa don't do none of that.
I mean, you just I don't know. But anyway, I sent him your way, and but he's just top notch. And there he is. He said, I'm here. He is. He's a great guy. And he's got a really good, like, he knows video game stuff. If you want to see somebody that can clean up and sell video game systems, go watch him, because he can he makes them shine. Like, and he knows stuff.
I think he repairs some too, right?
He repairs them. He takes them that are broken and stuff and fixes them.
There's some money in that. If you're willing to put in the work and you have the skill and the know-how to fix things. I recently found somebody that's doing reselling, but he does small engine repair as a side business. So he's snatching up broken mowers and weed whackers and stuff, repairing them and flipping them. Like, if you're willing to repair something, you have the skills. There's money in it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Do either of you know the answer to this question?
Oh, is Chris going to be there?
I seen him last week at the post office. So without getting too personal, because I don't try to share personal details that I don't know that he won't share, but he had his family had some health issues. I'll just say it like that.
Yep.
And he's not sure. But I mean, everybody knows back when Chris left the show, they were having a lot of trouble. Shannon's father passed away, and they was having family stuff going on like that. And a lot of that has just continued. Nobody else has passed away, but there've been a lot of medical things going on. So he's not sure. He didn't want to promise anything, which I totally understand. I told him, I'm like, man,
fingers crossed.
Don't feel like you have to come, like family first. That's the same thing I told Josh, like the podcast is always going to take second place to the family. Like if the family needs us, and I just don't know, he's got a lot of different things going on. So I can't shed any light on if he'll be there or if his channel's coming back. I don't know. Y'all know what I know. And that's
someday. Fingers crossed.
Yeah. I feel like one day he'll come back. Now, if that's going to be this year, next year, I don't know.
He put a ton of work in over there. It'd be good to see him come back and say hi, even if he just did it once a year, just as a circle back video. Just hit us once a year.
I got to do a real quick thing before you do that. Hi, Shane.
Oh,
don't tell. He called us bums. Don't tell him hi.
I know. I can't help it. Actually, I got to say, welcome in, Pop.
Yeah, he gets.
That's right.
He's a new grandpa, so
he's totally ruined. He is totally ruined. He's not going to be the same guy anymore. He's going to melt
on the highway sale. We are going to the one we mentioned with Steve and Donna down the bargains
for you on 92.
When we're down there, we'll make the official announcement here. When we're down there that Friday night, August 30th, if you're in the area and you want to meet up, we are going to do a dinner. And you have to pay for your dinner. Like, we're not
Yes.
buying everybody dinner, but we are going to try and reserve a spot till we can all get together. So if you would like to be there, the only thing we ask is you give us a heads up. We have a Facebook group. Just get in and let us know that you are planning to attend so we can make the reservation.
And how many? So if it's just your name on
Yep.
your Facebook account, let us know how many you're planning.
So I went ahead and dropped that in the chat, and I'll also pin it in the comments when we're done here tonight, so it's in the replay. But that's the Facebook group. Feel free to jump in if you're in the area and you're going to join. Just give us a heads up. That way we can make a big enough reservation to make sure everybody's going to have a seat. So, like I said, there's no cost. We're not sure exactly what restaurant we're going to yet, but it'll be in the Lincoln, Omaha area. We'll be down in that area. So if you're there, we'd love to meet with you. So got that out of the way.
Yeah, that's my favorite thing to do. Like when we held the Planes to Profit event, it wasn't necessarily about going, like I said earlier, about going picking with people. I didn't really care about that. It was more just getting to meet all the people that we've either watched their YouTube channels or they don't have a YouTube channel, but they're resellers, just to get to sit and chat with them and, find out their information, tell them your information, and learn new things as you meet new people.
I think one of my favorite parts of that event last February was actually the morning we were all leaving and getting to sit down at breakfast with Josh and Casey and like 6 other resellers and just kind of say our goodbyes and have breakfast and chit chat a little bit. Like, that was one of the best parts of the event. It was the saddest part because we were all saying goodbye, but at the same time, we just, like, there wasn't no next part of the event to get ready for. There was no schedule to look at. Everybody was just kind of relaxed, and it was just talking to people that you had made friends with over the weekend. So that was one of my most memorable parts of the event anyway.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's just awesome. I can't.
It's hard to explain if you haven't been to one. It's almost like going to boot camp with somebody. You're kind of friends with that person forever afterwards. Even the people you didn't like, you have camaraderie with after the fact because you shared an experience. It is hard to explain if you haven't done something like that. But once you have, you kind of get it, and you find your people there.
Somebody that understands you and what you do and everything. I mean, my family understands it too. Our kids understand it, my brothers and sisters, but they make running jokes of it.
Teresa even found people she liked, and she don't like anybody.
No, I told my brother, we went to my brother's on 4th of July.
He likes me.
I don't know.
I do. We went to my brother's on 4th of July, and, typically Thursdays are our garage selling day. And so we didn't get to go garage selling on Thursday because it was the 4th of July and we were hanging out with family and friends and all that. And so I told my brother I was just going to go pick his house. That way I could at least get something done on that day. What was that game that he says he has?
I don't remember the name of the game.
He has a game that's worth money. And he said he would notice if it was gone. So I didn't take it, but
yeah, we did not rob our family.
I mean, I might be okay with doing that. I don't know.
HeroScape. HeroScape. Yep, he has HeroScape. So
apparently that's a polo. So keep an eye out for the original HeroScape.
Yeah.
If there's any game sellers in here, like old board game sellers, they probably know what it is, but I have no idea what it is. I just know it's like a kind of a cross between like a D&D / risk strategy type game.
Oh, okay.
That's one of those.
Sounds good.
Should we get rid of that?
We will. We'll give money away.
We're good. We have $25. We looked for almost 6 months to find a gift card for eBay,
and now we found where we could buy them at.
So we did
locally.
find them. So they don't make them easy to find, but we did find them, and we've got $25 on this one, and we're going to give that away. Let's see. What should we do for a hashtag?
Hashtag highway.
I don't know how to spell highway.
Really?
Hashtag 2 old guys.
There you go.
Hashtag 2 old guys.
Hashtag 2 old guys. And you have to sub to the podcast before you're eligible. How's that?
That's a good idea. Let's see. We'll do hashtag highway. Did I spell that right?
HIGHWAY. Yes.
Okay. Hashtag highway. We're going to do that for the $25 eBay gift card.
Shane says,
Shane, even you can use that one.
Yeah.
Hashtag pop.
You got a new grandbaby to buy for, so get in on that.
Yes. Yes.
We'll give that a few minutes before we draw. But hashtag highway for the $25 eBay gift card. Let's see. So what else do you guys got coming up? Do you guys have anything coming? We have a podcast coming out tomorrow. Ken and I do. Reseller clickbait podcast.
Make sure you watch it. It's supposed to be very interesting.
I don't know if it's it's never really very interesting, but we had a good time recording this morning. We were I was laughing, and when I come out of the room laughing, it's usually pretty decent. So it'll be a good one.
Yeah.
We
Ken's my
have-
best friend, so I have to support Ken. Corey, you're like
There you
number
go.
17, somewhere like that on the list. I'm just kidding.
I'm working
The
on
list
it.
ain't that long, to be honest. No, you
I'm-
guys
I'm-
got a
well,
good show.
you said Ken is the top of your list, so I already know your taste is suspect,
Tainted.
and I'm praying for you
Tainted.
about that. So it may improve.
Ken, hashtag the big
There you go. Ken knows. Ken knows. We do have a
You
few
guys have
things
one
coming up.
coming Thursday,
Yeah, we have
right?
we have
We got-
Rachel Strickland on with us Thursday.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, we record
got
tomorrow, but
Rachel.
it'll come out Thursday.
Look
That'd
at
be
you
a
guys
good
getting all the big people on your podcast.
I mean, we're already there. Like
I reached out to have a few people come on, but they always say, "Is that Santa guy there?" And I say, "Yeah." And they're like, "I'm out."
Listen, if you can hang out with Ken, you can hang out with anybody. Because Ken's different, but Ken's awesome.
Yeah.
That guy, though, listen,
love Ken.
honestly, the Santa thing, I didn't know about it until this year. And Chris is like, no, he told me, he's like, you've got to see Ken Bill transform. And I'm like, it can't be
it's
that
a
good.
Ken.
No, it is top notch. Like, he is
Yep.
Santa Claus. And I agree. I think it was the very last show me and Chris did together. Ken was on with us, and Ken came in Santa attire, and it was like having Santa Claus on the show. I mean, I'm pretty sure Santa Claus came on our show. That was what it was. So, no, Ken's hilarious.
Pretty
Though.
much
There's
it.
just
You
there's just some
get a
people
candy
that
cane and he'll let you sit on his lap.
oh boy. Ken is just one of those guys, though. Like, some people just make you laugh just by their presence, just the way
You mean
they
because
are.
he's so funny looking?
Maybe that's me. I do that.
Ken's a great yin to my yang. Like we're perfect
Yes.
opposites.
Yeah,
Like we couldn't
I
be.
agree.
It doesn't matter how many times I pick up the phone and call Ken. No matter what the conversation is, I say up, he says down. It's always opposite, no matter what the conversation.
And 8 miles later, they're done talking.
and we could talk for hours because we're both learning different views that we've never thought of before.
Mhm.
Because he'll say something that he's thought the same way his whole life, and then I'll be like, "No, that's not right." Like this guy is not blue. So yeah, we play off each other really well in that, and it's not an act; it's true. Like we definitely are. We couldn't be more opposite.
Shane.
It's the lighting, Shane. It's the lighting. Okay, you see me back here? I'm not red. I promise. The lighting. I'll prove it.
Shane.
Hold on. I'll prove it. See? See? I'm not red. I might be a little red. I don't know. But I'm not.
I don't know.
sunburned.
It gets
It's just the lighting.
pretty hot and sunny down there in Tennessee, don't it?
Oh gosh, it's horrible right now.
Yeah, here
But
too.
the humidity's not horrible right now because it hasn't rained a whole lot. So we have.
Oh, you
kind
can
of a
have the
dry
crap
heat.
we've had because it's only been raining here.
Yeah, we've had a whole summer full of rain. It's been monsoon season here. I can't even mow the yard.
Nope.
I got my
Wow.
mower stuck for the first time I've ever stuck a lawnmower.
God.
We're not discussing.
I just
that.
went to mow through some weeds, and I was 4 inches deep. Just immediately,
Oh,
4
my.
inches deep in mud.
My grass
I don't-
crunches like a snowpack right now.
I wish.
I wish.
It's crispy.
Ours is like this tall,
I love
and we
August.
can't mow it yet.
I love August because the yard burns off and I can quit mowing. This year I can't mow when I need to.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It's
Good
just
night,
been
Shane.
rain and
Good night, Shane.
night, Shane. All
See
right,
you,
we
bud.
got hashtag highway for the $25 gift card. We'll give it just a few more minutes here and we'll do the drawing.
Ugh.
Let's see here. So yeah, you guys have Rachel Strickland coming on. Either of you got anything interesting going on your own channels lately?
Not me.
Just
Anything special coming up?
No, just Well, if I get to my 1,000 subs, then I'm going to try to do my first live just as a celebration. But that's
Oh,
all
yeah.
that I've got. That's all that I got
Yeah.
planned. So
You
getting
guys heard
close.
that. We get a live out of Josh. So if you haven't subscribed over there, go subscribe now. Hopefully you get the
Yeah.
1,000 pretty
I'm close.
shortly. Here. You were right there.
Yeah, it's
I
just
He's
like
at 990 now.
yeah.
We need 10 more,
990.
guys.
Oh, come on,
Can we
guys.
get it on this live? You only need 10 more.
Yeah. But that's something I'm looking forward to that. I know it's going to be,
I'll tell you what,
probably make a mess of it
if
the
we
first
can-
time, but
If we could get 10 more subscribers, I'll give away 2 of these.
Come on. Bama Jaybird Resell. Come on.
If we can get 10 more subscribers and hit the 1,000 tonight, I'll give away both of these. That's $50.
Tanya, will
We'll
you
give
come
away
on if he gets 1,000?
2 different drawings. So
Yeah. If he gets
that's what
10
we should have
subs,
done. We should have hooked Tanya on it.
If
Somebody
you
start
get
signing up for
10
some
more
extra
subscribers, you got to come on camera. Will you do
Yep.
that? Come on,
Come
Tanya.
on, Tanya.
just to say
Everybody,
hi.
everybody's
All you have to
chanting
do
for
is
you,
just
Tanya.
say hi.
Did peer
Do what?
pressure work when she was in high school?
Evidently, it didn't.
She's got some willpower.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, she's not interested. She's got to sit too close to me, I think, is probably the problem with her.
Well, you can get up and walk away, and she can come sit down.
Hey, I'll give her my chair gladly.
Uh-oh, he's up to 991.
992 now.
Thanks,
Somebody just hit it. Tanya,
Thanks,
8 more. Will you
everybody.
come on the show?
Let's see. I'm
Come
going to go ahead
on,
and post the
Tanya.
link again.
I'm starting to think Tanya isn't
She
real.
walked,
Is Tanya
she
real?
walked by. She walked by, but she went the wrong way.
People are starting to doubt whether Tanya's real or not.
I know Tanya's
They
right.
should.
Caleb doesn't function as well as he has to if he doesn't have a woman behind him.
That's absolutely true. She is the key to my success.
He's way too good at life to be doing this by himself.
Yes. No, I'm honest, dude. When we got
I
married,
know.
oh, I was the anti. Look, I'm not saying I'm good with money or anything like that, but
You were the
she's the
wrestling
reason-
junkie. We know.
yes. Oh, I used to watch every pay-per-view and waste all kinds of money. I went to it every time. What?
Oh.
Did it? He made it.
I'm pretty sure
Tanya,
we
you
did
got to
it.
come on the show.
right.
I don't know. I still
Let me
see
see
only
I appreciate it,
900 and
guys.
Okay, we
I
got
seen 992.
That's awesome. Appreciate it.
hashtag highway. We got on this first one. We're gonna go ahead and draw this first one.
Hey,
and then we'll do a
Tanya.
second drawing here.
Ken Bill said he'll donate $20 to the silent auction if you come on to say hi. You can't steal from the charity.
oh wow.
We got 33 people in this first one here.
Who's gonna be the lucky one?
There
I
we
thought it was
go.
gonna stop on
Are you
me there
coming
for a
on,
minute.
Tanya?
Oh, look at there.
Ken's family.
Nice.
Hey,
Susan, congratulations.
congratulations.
You got some money to spend on Ken's store, so you feel like he's still doing eBay.
Wow.
Gosh, I can't believe you hit it. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
awesome.
Yeah,
awesome.
say it
Thank
next
you,
time.
everybody in the chat.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
watching.
that's awesome.
You guys are
Thank
awesome.
you very much to you guys who helped out with that. Let's see. We're gonna do this other one. We're gonna do.
Not only that, but he has 100 videos
broke
out
a
there.
K.
Too.
He's at 1,002, right, Josh?
He owes me breakfast.
He owes
Did you
me
hear?
breakfast. We
Oh,
had
hold on. I think Josh froze up. Oh, there
I
he
did for a
is.
second,
Okay.
I think.
You did. Tanya's gonna come on if you owe her breakfast.
Oh,
Come here,
that's
Tanya.
easy.
I will scoot
Come on,
out of the picture and I'll give you my chair. I'm going to stand up.
We'll start loading them up. Dude.
This is a big
eBay.
moment.
Hashtag
That's
eBay
fair.
for the second gift card, guys.
This is what we waited
I'm
for.
so excited.
Come on, Tanya. I can't believe you guys got her on the show.
Tanya!
I'm just
Hey.
going
I
to
knew
lean
there was
against
a
the wall
time.
back here.
Don't
Josh
pass out
told me.
on us, Caleb.
You are real.
I am a real
This is an
person.
honor.
Yes.
To be the Tanya debut channel.
I
here.
know,
I know. I
right?
feel so
That's
That's a
special.
big
I
deal.
get her on
I
mine.
know I wouldn't go on
We
Caleb's.
can't even get her on our podcast.
You know, hold on. From a wife point of view, I was not comfortable when I first started doing it either. But it gets better as you go because amazing
Really?
enough, people will like you more than they like Caleb.
That's not amazing.
That's
No,
probably
nobody
already
likes it.
true.
What's amazing
Well, I'm
about
about to pass out right now. So
They probably
Thank you
already
for
like
coming
it,
on.
maybe.
Kayla or Josh, you owe her breakfast.
Oh, that's,
Yeah.
yeah,
That's
no,
amazing.
no
I think
problem.
I'm thinking
Gosh,
about
it's
canceling the
good.
wedding and just coming down now. This is awesome.
Yes, Josh is already making breakfast. Now he's doing it twice.
Yes.
So.
There you go. Well worth it though. Well
You're-
worth it.
Josh, you're not really making
Absolutely.
it for Ben, are you? Oh, he froze up again.
Yeah, you broke
He is
Josh.
supposed to be. I'm going after a chair.
No, I'm leaving. I've
No,
got.
he doesn't.
Oh, he left you. He left. Don't worry, we got you. We got you.
Don't be scared.
Hashtag eBay for the second $25 gift card as promised, guys. Make sure you put that into the
Yeah,
chat,
but
and we'll draw for that here in just a few minutes.
Like I'm literally sweating.
It's okay. They're used to my ugly face, so you make us look way better. Way better.
Actually, come on for her.
Dude, this made the live worth it.
it
Seriously.
did.
I'm-
Corey
yeah.
kept saying on when we were
I
talking,
agree
he
with
told
that.
Caleb that he wanted Tanya to debut on our live, and Caleb said, "I don't think that's going to happen."
You got to get back in the camera, cheater.
I'm not a
He's
big,
trying to get out of the camera.
Yes.
I'm not a big
Mhm.
fan of the lives myself. I don't care
Yeah.
for the live. Partly we had some things to get announced and stuff today, which is part of why we're doing it. And part of it's to be completely transparent. We got stuck trying to make a second video this week, and we weren't going to get two made. We figured we'd just put a live out, and
Mhm.
everything we wanted to get in the video plus all of this, we would just get out in the live. But other than that, this is our third live ever. Like we're not good at lives.
Nope.
We don't do lives. So to have you come on, it just made it worth it.
It's okay.
We
You
appreciate
made their day. You made their day. And
It
you
is,
got
and I'm
20
sad that we're not going to get to try your cooking.
Yet.
We,
Yeah,
we can
maybe
send you
next year.
some.
Yeah.
Hey, just fly down after the wedding. It'll be okay.
Yeah.
I would, but you'll be done eating
I'll
by
roll.
the time wedding.
Reese's like, really? You gonna do that to me right here live?
I'll be here Saturday,
Oh.
Sunday.
I've applied all the peer pressure I had at my disposal. Trust me.
Okay, I think I forgot to ask the last time we were chatting with Caleb. Tanya, the silverware that you picked up, what was the model of and the brand and the model of the silverware that you picked up?
You remember? I do.
I'm trying to think.
Caleb,
It was-
I do.
Because I'm
Yeah,
the
I'm
one
not
that
trying to
sees
put
it.
you on the
Well,
spot.
1991
no, Oneida,
Onada.
Rushmore.
Oh yeah, Rushmore.
Oh,
Yes.
that's right. Okay.
The Rushmore pattern.
We totally didn't have a clue what we were doing.
No, that
We
was
don't
a,
Neither did I, but I told Caleb in one of our other videos, if you ever see the Brahms pattern,
That's a good one.
don't question it, just pick it up.
It's not like $50 a fork expensive or anything, but it sells fast. Like as soon as it's listed, it's gone.
Yep.
Wow.
Is that the one that has it's got holes in the top?
Yep,
It does
right.
have holes in the
Got a
handle of
fancy, really
the
fancy.
pattern.
yeah.
Yeah.
We
Yep.
probably passed on so much stuff that we should have bought over the years. Oh yeah.
Looks like if you put it in the dishwasher, it would just get spaghetti stuck in all the holes because they're too fancy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Caleb was going through
You're
our
fan.
silverware that we use because none of ours is matched.
Yeah, I would too.
And
Oh,
when I
yeah,
did
let's
design
sell-
this-
Let's live with plastic from now on and just sell everything else.
I do have an Oneida brand in my drawer that my kids gave me,
Really?
but I haven't figured out if it's worth anything or
There you
looked it
go.
up or anything. So.
Oneida
Y'all do
Unity.
know about replacements.com?
Yep.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
I love replace, and I love the new
Yeah.
feature on there that all you have to do is take a picture of the bottom of it, and it will
Cool.
give you suggestions.
No,
you
I
not
haven't
know
been-
that?
I did not know that.
I haven't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have not been there in a while.
Up in the search box, there's a little camera now, and all you have to do, and they do it for the
Oh.
dishes, they
Like
do it for the
Google Image.
silverware. You take a picture of it and you zoom it. It says to take a picture of the whole fork or spoon or whatever, but I don't. I just take a picture of the handle of it, and it will spit out different models or different, and it
It'll
won't even
narrow it.
necessarily be the same brand, but
Hmm.
it will spit out other silverware that are almost identical to the one you have.
Yeah, it'll narrow the search down. Usually she finds it that way in just a few minutes, even at the sale.
It's okay. Caleb does too.
What?
He said that he has a face for radio.
Wait, what did it say? Tanya, SCG Collectibles. I need to get to doing videos on YouTube, but I have a face for radio, so I'm nervous to do it. Plus, I don't have a following like
Just
you guys.
get out
Hey, you
there
don't
and
have
do
to.
it.
Tanya said, "Don't worry, Caleb has a face for radio too." It's true. It's true.
Yeah,
That's why we do it.
We ain't getting any contracts off
So-
of this. I can tell you that.
No.
I'm not sure who SGC Collectibles is, but as far as not having a following, we started out with Jack and crap for a following, and I said that again.
Who's Jack?
Jack. So we didn't have a following either. It just takes time for
Jack
people to
wasn't
get to
following
know
either.
for people to get to know who you are and start following
Yeah.
you. Like Josh hasn't been doing videos very long either,
Mhm.
and now he's hit 1,000 subscribers. So
About 8 months is all.
yeah,
That's
don't-
fast. So
Do it if you
Yeah.
like editing the video or recording the video, one of the two. If you don't enjoy the process of making the videos, don't bother, because if you're doing it in the hopes that it's going to turn into something financial, I would direct you somewhere else.
yeah, because it's not. You aren't going
Yeah.
to get rich on this to start off
No.
with.
I will say, if you do this and you want to
Mhm.
benefit from it, the biggest benefit I can think of is the community behind it.
yes,
Yeah.
that's
Honestly.
my favorite part. That
Yeah.
is
And
absolutely my favorite.
that can turn financial. You might get a call someday saying, "Hey, we got a private pick," or something
Yeah.
like that. But if you're hoping for that YouTube ad money, find a breadline. Like, there's better
Yeah.
ways.
Mhm.
It ain't good.
And
We
you
don't
better like it, because the time you put into YouTube, you could put into eBay, and definitely, no questions asked, make more money. Like,
Yep.
I
Yeah.
could turn
And
into
that's-
YouTube time and make 15%, 10% more easily. So
Yeah, and that's the one thing that I always
Enjoy.
tell people, we're blessed with being two of us picking. I think Tanya and Caleb are too, because she helps him out with it.
no, she's the
but-
secret.
So I don't touch videos. I don't do any of the editing. I don't do any of that. So eBay is my piece, and Corey does a little
I
bit
would-
of both.
I
Well, he
would-
does all videos and part eBay.
Picking together is our superpower for sure. Like, because we pick so polar opposite. So that is kind of our superpower. But I would have quit YouTube a long time ago too if she hadn't jumped on board, because just every Monday getting out of bed and saying, okay, what are the 2 videos we're going to record today for this week?
Yeah.
She helps come up with the ideas. If we didn't,
Sometimes.
like, I would have quit by now just trying to come up with the ideas, because I don't mind the creative part of the editing and getting the footage and the creation of it. I like the creativity of it. But coming up with the idea of what we're even going to talk about, I mean, that takes more of a administrative mind.
So on that subject, if anybody has any topics that they would like us to discuss, we need topics for tomorrow morning.
We haven't figured them out yet.
I'm the same way though. I
hardest
made a
part.
list one time of everything I could talk about, and it's just really hard not to recycle some of the same stuff.
You
But
can
the
only
good
talk
thing-
about shipping so many times.
They need to do one for you.
They
That's
do
what I'm
need to
saying.
do. Yeah, I need a motivation video.
He's using every excuse not to be listing right now.
Caleb.
You ready for me to-
Caleb.
Did
You
you
just
really
got
need
outed.
to come on tonight?
I'm just saying.
Spitting all the truth tonight.
You lost the listing cave. It would be hard to get back into a routine. You blew your routine up with a move.
Yeah.
We're
True.
about to move everything to the new guest house
Oh,
without
I
it
was
being
going to tell you,
finished, too.
congrats
But he's
on
got
getting
a
that house
deal
under
right now
contract.
to do it.
Yeah.
Who
Did he
does?
get it under contract?
Yeah,
In our laundry
he said in
room.
his last video.
I gave him half my laundry room to list.
I saw that.
It's a small laundry room, but
That's
it's
where
there.
we're sitting right now. I'm
She even
against
let
the
you
wall.
stay in the house.
I like
like
LaDonna.
proof
She
it,
says they're
proof it.
spilling all the tea right now.
Oh, great. This is Ken giving a preview of tomorrow's show here. And this conversation went way further than it should have.
And then the one below it makes me giggle too.
I bet you'll list
No.
them.
Freddie was a gold mine for our
Probably will
YouTube
listen
video.
tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah, Freddie was a gold mine for
Yeah.
videos, but
Caleb, I'm gonna go check tomorrow morning and see how many items you have listed in
Do
your
that.
store.
Accountability. They're out there.
And
900
then
something
when
right
I
now.
check tomorrow evening, if there's less than what you had, then I'm gonna be really disappointed in you.
Mondays are hard.
See,
she can say that.
No,
Prepare
Monday-
yourself for disappointment.
I have to go to the other house to pack. Come
Uh,
back here. We do the podcast at 1:00. So by the time I get there and get back, we do the podcast. It's going to be 3:00 or later. So it really cuts a large part of the day up. And then
He has
You
to
want
sit in
easy? Go punch
bread.
in at Arby's.
Look,
You
hey,
need effort.
you know you're a real YouTube reseller when you've got a ready-made excuse rehearsed and ready to deliver.
Why did you guys invite Josh on tonight? That's what I'm wondering. Like,
What's your excuse for Tuesday?
I don't
There
know
we go.
yet.
Okay, so that's fine.
Did
I
we?
will give up on the Monday.
Well, we
I will-
still have to draw. Don't we?
We do.
I'm sorry,
we have
guys. We did
somewhere to
not
be right
forget
now.
you. Let me go ahead and draw this other card so I don't forget. I don't want to go back on what I said. So we'll draw this other gift card here.
Time to
Go
draw.
ahead.
Okay.
I wish Tanya was in
Draw.
here because Tanya deserves it for calling Caleb out.
Yeah. That's what I think.
Yeah, sure. Hey,
We got Will in there.
Yeah, awesome.
Congratulations, Will.
He said
for-
he had the
for
140 subs. He's well worth a sub too, guys. He's awesome.
Yeah,
channel.
go
Yeah,
check out Will's
absolutely.
channel. For anybody that did win tonight, you can reach us by email, by Instagram, on Facebook, or just send us a message through YouTube. One way or the other, get a hold of us. We'll get your info and we'll get your stuff out to you. So
I have to agree with Will 100%. Who you meet on YouTube and who you meet reselling is, I added the reselling piece, is more than the monthly check from YouTube.
yeah.
for sure.
Absolutely.
You had the goal that they have.
Did I have what?
The 500.
Oh yeah, I have adopted.
I know
y'all's
Tanya
goal.
watches.
Yeah. I have adopted y'all's goal. Like after I heard you
Good.
say 500 a day for a year, I'm like,
You've adopted it. That means you're doing it.
I'm
I
sorry.
am. I am. This
He
is why
hasn't signed the paperwork yet.
I don't
He's just not letting
You're
go.
still
Come on.
Caleb, I think you're sleeping in the guest house tonight.
He's still in the foster care phase. He doesn't sign the paperwork yet.
You're right. All right. What's his name?
Poor Caleb.
I can't see.
That's
it.
awesome.
I just got bifocals and I can't see what he's saying.
Oh, join the crowd.
I'm
It's
telling you,
hard.
I feel like I'm blind as a bat all the time.
I am.
I'm the only one without
I'm not
glasses
used
here.
to these bifocals. Like I'm
I
always
can't
looking
see
up.
without them. So
I can't either. I can't see
Just
nothing.
getting old stuff stinks. I don't like the bifocals.
Can
awesome.
you see it?
Mm-mm. Oh, how nice.
No, you're not ready.
Okay, maybe not. I don't know.
Well, now Tanya's gonna have to get Teresa's number now I can't shame you about this at all, Caleb. But like I can't personally at all because if it wasn't for Teresa, we wouldn't hit that goal almost ever. Like
Mhm.
she's the heavy
Mhm.
lister here by far.
Piece of paper.
Well, and I don't list at all. I can't.
She's computer illiterate most of the way.
Yeah.
Like,
I like to pack.
Teresa's the
She
person
is
that can
she
sit
is
down and do the tedious task over and over for hours and hours. I can't, like, I'll climb a wall. I can't do it. I have to be doing something different all the time.
mhm. I like doing different stuff, but now listing, I don't mind listing because I have it narrowed down so much because I use all the business policies I can.
Yep.
And I use a template for my description. Like I do everything as lazy as possible.
But see, templates you can only use from the computer, though, right?
I don't mean like a template like what you're thinking.
Oh, okay.
I have a copy and paste in my description field. I use the same thing over and over instead of putting different details, everything. Hey, there's Casey. Now we got the
I
whole.
had to come back and see Tanya.
Hand me that.
Now, this is the way the live should have
It
started.
should have.
And now we're going to
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
live number 4 just so that we can have this. We need the reseller couples
Let's do it. That sounds like fun.
live.
Hmm.
Lena.
Just once a week. Tanya on camera once a
We
week.
can-
No.
I agree. We'll just, hey, if it
We
makes
just
you
gotta get
comfortable,
used
we'll
to
just
it,
talk
Tanya.
silverware.
If it,
I don't know.
Or we can all practice sitting and being quiet.
I don't think that would work very well.
I'll pull this into the kitchen. We'll just all cook together. I don't care. It's just fun to hang out.
There you go.
That works. That works.
We'll start a new
Only
channel.
nobody here in this household cooks very good. So
Well, I was just making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. So
you.
That
That
sounds
I
good.
can cook. That I'm good at cooking, and I can microwave some popcorn like nobody.
Not yet.
All right. Well, I think we got it all
Caleb,
wrapped up.
you can't
They're,
even.
I
they're ready to
do.
quit.
Oh, okay, go
I
ahead.
do appreciate you guys being on here with us tonight. I thank you very much for coming on, and even though Caleb was late and a little slow tonight,
Always.
That's okay.
Gonna
Tanya,
forgive it.
that's okay because Tanya made up for it.
Tanya did make up for it.
Thank you. You are so nice to me. I need somebody to be nice. Caleb is not nice.
Hey, what?
This
Wow.
Wow.
Oh.
Whoa.
That's just the night that the old past died. That's what
He can't edit that out.
Club.
Yeah, it's live. You cannot.
it's done.
Oh
Dude,
man.
Caleb, you're not supposed to tip the show that you're on.
Why?
now I
Yeah,
gotta send you a check.
You guys are awesome. We appreciate you guys very much.
We appreciate you guys too. Thank you
do.
very much. And to everybody that came tonight and helped with getting subs over there, anybody that can make these events, please do try to make them or support them in any way you can. And
You
with
won't be
that,
disappointed. It's going to be good. It's going to be a good time. For
yeah,
sure.
it's definitely going to be a good time. They always are. I mean, if you're a reseller and you show up, if you don't have a good time, it's because you didn't want to. So
That's
all right.
pretty much it. Yeah.
We will see everybody next time.
Bye.
Hi, guys.
Guys.
Hasta la vista.
Baby.
You know.